Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. It is Wednesday, and we are getting some news from Plarium about some drop events, artifact frenzy type things that are going to be coming to the game soon. I want to give you my input on those and get you some context about that. Plus, also talk about some other things going on in the game in general, just so you know what is going on in the raid community as we head into the middle of the week here. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, starting tomorrow, there is going to be a resistance set event going on in the Ice Golem Peak, obviously. Now, as far as the Ice Golem is concerned, really your only kind of end game viable sets that get used very often are gonna be resistance and reflex. They're both kind of niche. They're not general utility like speed or relentless or something like that. But resistance is very good for when you're building a high resistance character, just to fill in as a two-piece set and bump that resistance up. And then also reflex can be pretty cool when you've got somebody like a cold heart where you're trying to cycle through to get to that heart seeker as fast as possible. So those two sets are really the only motivation to grind the Ice Golem's Peak. But anyway, tomorrow, December 30th, is going to be a 2x drop event for the resistance set in the Ice Golem, and that will last for 48 hours. Then on Tuesday, January 4th, the first one of the new year in terms of artifact events is going to be a stun set event in the Fire Knight, and that all of these will be live for 48 hours. So on Tuesday, the 4th, we're going to have a chance to farm some of the stun gear. Now, stun is probably a little bit more sought after than resistance. They're both kind of the same in terms of being kind of niche. Stun is a 4-piece set, so it's a lot more of a commitment, but you'll see it on champions like Bellower, Sinesha, anybody who's popular in faction wars or popular in situations where you're going up against waves and they have lots of AoE. You'll see a stun set be pretty viable on them for getting some pretty consistent CC. You do want to get the mastery if you are going to wear the stun set. I believe it's called Fearsome Presence, and that will bump up the stun set from 18 to 23. That 5% is very impactful when the percentage is as low as 18. But then on Friday, January 7th, after that one concludes, we will be getting a Dragon event for the Stalwart set. Now, the Stalwart set is probably the worst of the bunch, but the Stalwart set can be kind of cool in situations where you're going to be going up against a lot of AoE damage. You will actually see it get used a little bit in like Tag Team Arena and stuff when you've got a Reviver, like a high resistance Duchess and a Stalwart set or something. I mean, it is niche. You do see it sometimes, but probably like Stalwart and Resistance might be tied, and then Stun might be a little bit more sought after than those two. But yeah, all pretty niche sets. There isn't going to be a generally viable one, but that is going to be the events that are coming up in terms of artifact frenzies. We have got tomorrow, December 30th, is going to be again the 2x event for the resistance set in the Ice Golem. And then after that, into the new year on January 4th, we're going to be getting the stun artifacts from the Fire Knight Castle. And then after that, like we just said, on January 7th, we're going to be getting the Stalwart set in the Dragon's Lair. But that is what we've heard from Plarium on the back end in terms of news so far today, and it's a little bit surprising because I really would have thought that we would hear about the Shard events coming, but I guess we're going to hear about that tomorrow morning. So as of right now, I don't know what's going to be going on this weekend. Now, I'm assuming they're going to do something for New Year's and some sort of 10x or guaranteed summoning like we had for Countess Lix and Helior and Vizier and stuff like that. There's got to be some sort of summoning event going on this week because we just had a 2x last week, so that would mean there's some sort of other thing besides a 2x going on this weekend, but we don't know what that is right now. I tried to check and there's no news on that, but if we do hear about that tomorrow morning, I will make sure and keep you in the loop and update you on that as well. But we do under the Void Shards, and maybe this is what they were thinking, but it started really early in the week. Usually the TEDx or the guaranteed type stuff, we hear about that kind of later in the week heading into the weekend, but maybe this is what they're considering as the event for this week, and it does end today. So in terms of going for Inquisitor, he is used in a lot of the best Hydra compositions for sure. He's a solid epic to have on your account. He can be a very good nuker as well in terms of cranking out a ton of single target damage when you're going up against those Siphies and the Doom Tower and stuff, and you're looking to really snipe down a priority target. He can be very useful, so he is a very solid epic, but it's it's rough to pull 25 voids for an epic outside of a 2x. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna depend on your situation, but like, I probably wouldn't do this unless you trend towards the higher tier of spending. If void shards, like if you're a free to play or a lower tier spender, 25 void shards is a huge deal to your account, and I would probably try to pull it during a 2x. Maybe you can try to get those things like Maneater for unkillable comps and stuff like that would probably be a little bit more impactful, or go for a better odds of getting one of those game-changing void Legos like a Siffy or a Krisk or something. So for 80 or 90% of you, I probably wouldn't pull during this, but if you don't have an Inquisitor and maybe you trend towards the higher tier spending, then I could see how it could make sense to go for this guaranteed Inquisitor event. Also, only a couple days left on the Holiday Fusion, obviously, so make sure you're paying attention to that and keeping up to date with the events and stuff going on, but it's mostly going to be done and kind of heading in towards wrapping everything up. As you can see right here, we've got some events coming up that don't even coincide with the Fusion, and then the Spider Tournament that is going on right now using only rare champions. If they're going to have that, they really should put like a Sacred Shard or at least a Void Shard up for grabs here, like a Void Shard in a Legendary Book or something, because only using rare champions is going to be kind of a specific task. You'd like to see a little bit more incentive on that. I don't anticipate that one being super popular, grinding the Spider with just rare champions. And then obviously the Ice Golem Tournament coinciding with the Resistance set that we were talking about, the Artifact Frenzy going on in terms of that. And then under the Events tab, all we've got kind of coming down the line is going to be the Artifact Enhancement event. It's going to be starting basically tomorrow. So also in terms of CVC, we should be getting one here. We'll get the teaser in about 5 or 6 days, and then it will go live in about 6 days, where we are going to actually have a CVC if they go by their normal rotation. We'll be getting that starting on Tuesday is what I would kind of anticipate as of right now. So now we can take a look at the shop and see what's going on. Obviously selling Void Shards in honor of the Guaranteed Inquisitor event that is going on, and pulling shards for that. So let's go ahead and plug this in and see how it grades out. The 100K. Alrighty. And then we've got the 2 Epic Tomes and the 5 Void Shards. And then 5 of the big potions. Boom, 1.98. So yeah, like I said, not amazing, but not the worst offer in the world. So it only makes sense for a few of you out there in terms of going for that, in my opinion. The battle one here, and then let's see, we've got, or not the multi-battle pack, sorry, not the battle one. Let's delete that, and then we've got the 12 full energy refills of boom, and 700 energy. All right, and okay, so if so this is worth about $7 or $8. If the 150 multi-battles are worth like $2 or $3 to you, then not the worst offer, but you do get this over time and it's not all at once. The monthly pack and mini mix, we know the drill there. Okay, so this is going to be a whale speed gear offer. $25 for being able to keep probably 1 or 2 pieces of gear is not going to be worth it for 95% of you. But again, for those high spenders that are really looking to get the highest speeds possible on their champions, then you're going to see the highest spenders in the game kind of go after this one. And then in case you missed the last video where I plugged this in, I'm sure a lot of you are curious about the New Year's Super Pack. So let me show you real quick. The 500 energy, 200k silver, and then 100 gems. And then we're going to go 5, 3, and 1 on the shards. Boom, 2.22. So kind of underwhelming. A lot of times you'll see these New Year's or Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever special holiday pack. You usually see them come out as like a 3 point something. So kind of a disappointing New Year's Super Pack here, unfortunately. Also like to really quickly remind you that the Doom Tower is coming to a close in 2 days, and we did just get a new iteration of the Hydra for getting those keys in as well. And I know a lot of you are getting stuck on Bommel. I actually finally just sucked it up and built the Crimson Helm to do the like 20-something minute manual fight against Bommel on hard level 90. And really, I'll do a video on this and really walk you through that strategy, but just to kind of give you the full input on that. But if you really quickly want to see the stats and the masteries and stuff, I'll just show you that here really quickly for my Bommel build. So this was the gear that I went with on Crimson Helm to get past the hardest level of Bommel. You go with the regen and the immortal just to get as much HP as you can. And then actually you don't need resistance and accuracy really, but you got to get the speed really close to right, and you also got to get the true speed right. So it comes down to like the masteries you use and the aura that you're gonna use. But you basically solo it with Crimson Helm, and then this was the masteries right here. But I'll do a dedicated video and show you exactly how that fight goes down. I'm gonna try to work on that today so we can figure that out before this iteration of the Doom Tower resets. So that is gonna do it for me on this one. I am gonna head on over to stream. If you would like to stop by and say hi and hang out with us for a couple hours, I will have a link down below indicating whether I am still alive or not. Otherwise, hopefully we'll find out maybe if there is a summoning event going on this weekend, and then I will keep you posted tomorrow morning, get a video out so you have full context on that as well. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Peace.